little bit of a emotional rut. My postnatal depression turned into sort of OCD, obsessive thoughts. I thought that people were watching the house. I thought that I couldn't leave the house. I worried going to the shop that somebody was gonna, you know, swoop off and take my pushchair and take the baby. I got myself in a really, really bad mess. I remember calling Jay at work and saying I was basically walking underneath a motorway bridge, and I was underneath and there was no one around me, and I remember calling him, and I'd got in my head that the bush in front of me, there was somebody in that bush and I couldn't move, because if I moved they were going to come out and basically take Elise away from me. It was horrific. It was such a horrible place. I remember ringing him at work in an absolute panic. He had to come home from work. I couldn't breathe. It was just awful, and I ended up at cognitive therapy. So that was me mentally and as a person. And then want to do, like, I appreciate there's loads of mums out there that want to work full time and like be a mum at the same time, and you're incredible, but I think every mum's different. And in my head, I didn't want to be that mum that went to work. I did want to be that mum that stayed at home whilst her kids were growing up, and I wanted to be that full-time mum. So I managed to hand in my notice and I left within weeks, and I was doing this full time. Bearing in mind, guys, I have to say this, I was working my ass off on this business, okay? Like, I was really, really working. The following year, I hit more promotions. I've hit 6 promotions in total. My biggest month in this business, I brought home just under £6,000 in 1 month. And that is how we've got here, guys. So this house that we've bought, this area that we're living in, we would not have upgraded house, moved area, or any of this if it weren't for the fact that I joined this business. And I truly believe that. It's just been absolutely nearly the same amount as Jay last year, and he's a marketing manager for a sports club. Like, he earns a good amount of money, and I earned nearly the same amount as him from working from home. It was just, like, I get emotional talking about it, because like people, like I get angry with myself, because I think, why didn't I join this business sooner? Why didn't I believe in it? Why did I listen to other people? And that's what I wanted to come and talk to you guys about today. There are so many people out there that are quick enough to say bad things about something that they've not tried themselves, or something that they've tried but they've not tried properly. So many people join an online business and they don't actually work. They think, oh, it's just putting up 2 or 3 posts on Facebook, I'll be rich. Then they don't get rich, because that's not how it works. And then they leave, and then they slate it to everyone else. And there's also people out there that don't understand it. They've never looked into it properly. They don't understand what the actual business concept is. Easily slate it. There's so many people out there quick enough to slate something that they've not tried, or they've tried but they didn't try properly. And actually, where I'm proof that when you join an online business, you run with it, you believe in it, you love it, truly love it, because I truly love this business, you can make something massive from it. So here I am now, nearly 3 years in, earning an insane full-time income every single month, living in a beautiful home that we definitely wouldn't have afforded, completely out of debt, 3 children. We've obviously had Ivy since then. I've managed to lose weight twice on the products, have insane health results, and I've made the most incredible friends that I never would have made before. So if you're somebody, and I'm not even saying about joining Juice Plus, if you've been looking at an MLM online, if there's somebody, I don't know, there's loads of different MLMs out there, but if you've been looking at an MLM and you've been thinking, oh, I don't know if I'm good, just do it. Just do it. Just give it a go. Give it your all for 6 months and see how you get on, because honestly, it can be life-changing. Me joining this business has truly changed my life around. Like, I dread to think where I would have been if I would have stayed in that rut that I was in when I joined. If I wouldn't have said yes, if I wouldn't have inquired, what would have happened? Like, because honestly, it was such a bad place. I'm not even just saying this. It was such a bad place. It actually scared me. But yeah, it's just really, really hard. And so many people join an online business as well, and they give it like a month. And it's like, you've got to give this like 6 to 12 months, even like 2 years. Like, you've honestly got to give it time, and you've got to work. And I mean, work hard. It's not easy. It is a job. But you know what? I looked on my phone, and before I started this business, I used to spend around 3 hours a day. And it's mad, you don't realise how much you do it, but I used to spend around 3 hours a day scrolling on Facebook anyway. So if I'm spending 3 hours just
Okay, so I know this is like another long video thing, watching that previous Juice Plus Hun go off on one, but that was the one that inboxed me and friend requested me. So when I looked at this video, I was like, hang on a minute, something ain't right. So I clicked on it, watched that video, and my God, you can see she's used all the typical multi-level marketing tactics and tools, the gaslighting, victim blaming, saying if you don't try hard enough in your MLM, you've got to give it 6 months. But hang on a minute, when you advertise and you want people in your multi-level marketing, don't you say this is easy? Don't you say work side job, side hustle, do this, boss babe, be your own boss babe? But yet you've got to put all this work in and effort and blah blah blah. It is so toxic, and you can now understand why I am so anti-MLM. You can see at the beginning how she goes and victim blames mums, uses the mum guilt, and that's just so toxic and so wrong on so many levels. She says about mental health and all that, and how it's basically it's life changing. Juice Plus has changed my life. Juice Plus has done this for me. Juice Plus is capsules, is basically the equivalent to eating fruit. If you can't get enough fruit in your diet, that's the next alternative, is to use Juice Plus capsules. That's it, end of. Nothing more, nothing less. And with multi-level marketing, it's a bit like the Emperor's New Clothes, you know what I mean? People go, oh, look at this, I've been using this, how fantastic I am, and blah, 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 this. But yet, normal members of the public can see that nothing's changed, nothing's really happened. It's not that product that's done that. You know, I should know I did Herbalife long enough to realise that actually I don't need to buy all that stuff. I just need to cut it all out. So yeah, it's just multi-level marketing is so toxic. It does need to be stopped. I am part of the anti-MLM movement in the UK, and I do belong to Ban the Scam group on Facebook. I just see it for what it is now. It's the business model. I don't have anything against the people that do this. It's the business model. It's the fact that they get people to, sorry, that cut out. Yeah, so it's not the people I've got a problem with. It's the business model. It's multi-level marketing. It's the fact that it's a pyramid scheme. Basically, they hide behind the product. If you cut the product out, you've got a pyramid scheme. That's all it is. Multi-level marketing is a glorified pyramid scheme. Nothing more, nothing less. And they like to victim blame. They like to shame people. They like to do all that. And it's just crap. It's just the worst in the world.